Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to my channel, I guess. I'm doing this for YouTube and a Facebook group, Nootropics. So I guess I should I want to keep this kind of brief. If I expand onto other topics, if I go onto other tangents, I'm going to probably make a really long video and I'm not going to get to the points that I want to get to. The main reason I'm doing this video is so that I can share advice and at the same time get advice from people that are experimenting with a lot of these nootropics. That's basically what the whole community is about. I mean, none of this is regulated, so we're kind of just experimenting on our own with our own bodies and our own experiences. And so, brief story about me. I mean, if you're on YouTube, you probably know, and you've seen my other videos, you probably know a little bit about my background and how I've struggled a lot with like socializing issues and like verbalizing and like cognition that has to do with language. And it's a whole complicated story. I could make a whole series of videos on that, but basically nootropics recently have kind of eliminated, pretty much for the whole part, eliminated that for me. I've been looking for nootropics that have the properties that enable me to talk all day long and to just keep a conversation going all day long. And based on what I've tried in these past, I want to say 6 months to a year, I've found success with about seven-ish, plus or minus five nootropics. I'll share them in a bit. This kind of goes hand in hand with another brief story about me. I believe, I mean, the jury is still out, but I believe I may have suffered from some sort of TBI, which is traumatic brain injury, some sort of brain damage, about like in 2012. I'm talking currently with my doctors about that, and that has like a whole tangent to it, but that's kind of how I found out that nootropics would be useful for me in the long run. But anyway, I'm just gonna get straight into. It's already 3 minutes, so I'm gonna get straight into what my current stack is. I've been taking it for like 2 months, so I have found it to be long lasting. I know a lot of nootropics are very well. It depends, but a lot of nootropics are just short term. Like they only last maybe like a week. Some of them only last like a month, and a lot of them you have to stick with them to get a long term effect, basically. So I can go through each, and I have right here a list of all the ones that I use. Coincidentally, a lot of these were also for TBI, traumatic brain injury, or like brain damage or whatever. And I don't know how it all like got, it worked out, but it worked out. And so the first one that I want to mention is creatine. I use the Walmart brand. It costs, I believe, like $20, and there's like fruit punch, regular flavor, whatever. But it comes with like a little scoop, and the scoop is about 33 grams. So, I mean, I can show you like everything that's like listed here. If you guys want, I can post a picture of it. But this is the brand that I use from Walmart. First I started experimenting with Walmart brands. I was told not to stick with that, to to follow things online and more reputable sources, but I've been using this because I looked online. A lot of people were saying that it doesn't really matter what brand of creatine you use. So this has been, I mean, on its own, it's hard to say what it actually does, but I've been using this for 2 or 3 months ish, and it's part of the stack recommended for uh, like brain injury type of stuff. So I decided to stick with it, and I'm kind of like scared to not use it anymore, just in case like the whole stack loses its efficacy. Maybe it works best when it's all together, something like that. But anyway, the next one is NAC, N-acetyl L-cysteine. This is used for, I forget what it's used for, like in the medical field, but I think it's for when people lose oxygen to the brain, and they're given this, I think. But this was also recommended to me because another story is that I'm under the bipolar, spectrum or whatever. But this was recommended specifically for bipolar. I bought it and I didn't notice a difference, but I started using it again once it was mentioned more for like a lot of the stuff that I wanted to use it for, socializing, and I mean, of course, bipolar, and just brain injury in general, brain trauma, whatever. It has a sour kind of citrusy taste to it. I personally like it, but I got it from Nootropics Depot, and I mean, like I said, it's along with all the other like nootropics that I have. It's hard to tell what it actually does on its own because the nootropics all work like in conjunction with each other. So I don't actually know what it does. But the next one is lion's mane. Where's my lion's mane? It's here. This one. So lion's mane, I was told on the Facebook group for Nootropics to get Real Mushrooms brand rather than Nootropics Depot. So I actually started this on a clean slate. I stopped taking all the nootropics that I was taking. This was like 2 months ago, and I just took this, and it was instantly effective for me. That eventually wore off, but apparently this is supposed to get stronger with time. It's good for, I mean, I don't know what each of these is actually good for. You'll have to Google that and make your own research, do your own research. But I believe this is one of the most potent nootropics that I've been taking, just because on its own it proved very, very useful. And shortly after I started using this and it started losing its effectiveness, I started using the other nootropics, and I think altogether they have I want to say synergistic. I don't even know if that's the word, but it has a synergistic effect where I can tell this is working and the rest of the nootropics are working as well. So next is any random racetam. Yeah. So okay. So like for example, tramiracetam that I have right here. This is part of. I mean, I have all these other. I have aniracetam. What is this? Coloracetam. A lot of these racetams are part of. I mean, they're small bottles. So I got them from Nootropics Depot, and I believe I also tried them on their own, and the most effective one for me was between aniracetam and oxiracetam, I believe. But anyway, I've stopped using these just because I've had some trouble with my stomach. I believe I've been taking too many nootropics at the same time. And so I wanted to lessen the load. And anyway, the racetams, there's two types, I believe, on nootropics where you can sample them. Sample the beginning type, like for beginners, type of racetams, and you can sample the harder racetams. I tried the beginner one first. It sort of worked for me, and then I tried the second one, and they were pretty somewhat effective. They were also mentioned on a, an article for like brain trauma injury, whatever, and I believe oxiracetam and phenylpiracetam and piracetam are recommended for just whatever's going on that's wrong in the brain or whatever. So any racetam I more or less take when I feel like I'm gonna have a long day or something like that. I just take it as an added supplement, and I don't always take it every single day. At this point, I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8 nootropics that I take on a daily basis, which I said before, is about plus or minus 5 nootropics. So I want to get to the next one before this video becomes too long. Fish oil. This was recommended to me regardless of the whole nootropic experience that I've had. Fish oil in general is recommended for, I think, a lot of mental health conditions. So I believe I got this at Costco. Nature's Bounty is the brand, one of the brands associated with the supplements there at Costco, and fish oil was recommended to me because I was having some cholesterol issues in the past years, and I stuck with fish oil up until now, up until to the current day. And although, it does give you, it says right here, this is odorless. I believe the pill itself is odorless, but once you actually consume it and it's digested and everything, you do get like a fishy odor in your mouth. So if you don't want that, I suggest, I guess, consuming it with food, or just, I don't know, brush your teeth more often. I don't know. But fish oil for me, I think, is one of the, I believe it's one of the more natural nootropics on here. So next up is L-theanine, which I have 2 of. One, I went to Walmart, which I was told to stop using, so I bought that and then I stopped using it. And then my other one I'm using here, I got from, where did I get it from? L-theanine. I was told to get it from the Nootropics Depot, and this is another one that I've kind of sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't, because I drink a lot of green tea, and green tea has L-theanine plus a lot of other really helpful benefits and properties to it. So I think when I don't drink green tea, it's good to have L-theanine, but it's not absolutely necessary to get the synergistic effect that I get when it comes to, socializing all day long and all that. I was gonna say, green tea was recommended to me. Just a little tangent right now. It was recommended to me to drink at least 3 or 4 or 5 times daily. But I don't think it's a nootropic, but it does have nootropics in it. So I'm doing that also. But the next one is ginkgo biloba. My ginkgo biloba is also from Costco. The brand is True Nature, as you can see right here. It comes with vinpocetine. Not all of them come with this vinpocetine, but it says right here on the supplement facts, the vinpocetine or whatever is 5 milligrams. The ginkgo biloba extract is 120 milligrams, so it's like what, less than 5% of it. I've been taking ginkgo biloba for I think over a year now. I used the GNC brand at first, and then I switched over to this one once the other one finished. Once I finished with the other one, again, the synergistic effect that it all has, I can't really, tell what one is doing, what another one is doing. Just all together, it's been, necessary to have this one. Next up is ashwagandha. So this one, like, it's almost like empty, and it originally had 150 vegetarian capsules. You take 2 a day. It's about 1,000 milligrams, and I got this one at Costco. The brand is Theory. Recently I looked on the GNC website, and this particular one was rated 4 stars. GNC has another one that's rated like 4.5 stars. I'm kind of curious about trying the other one, but this one, I don't think it was as effective in the beginning. It was like a tiny bit effective, but I read somewhere that this ashwagandha has an effect where it, like, you feel more of what it's supposed to do, which is to help you, like, in like depression, anxiety, socializing, all these things. It helps you more as time. It helps you as time goes on. It helps you more. So, other than that, again, I can't speak to it on its own. I've used it as like a necessary stack, like a necessary part of a stack, because ashwagandha was mentioned on a psychiatry website as being potentially effective for cognitive deficits, stuff like that, for bipolar people. But anyway, I can link all of the, if I find them, I can link all of the articles and stuff like that have mentioned all of this so far. Again, I'm getting all this from the internet, so that it is up to you whether you guys actually go along with it, go along with my advice. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, whatever. So next up is uridine monophosphate, which this is another one. Is this one it? Yeah, I got this one based on word of mouth. So on the Nootropics Facebook group, someone mentioned that uridine monophosphate was good for people that had bipolar that were suffering from cognitive issues. And I believe I saw it mentioned. Yeah, I also saw it mentioned on a TBI website that was recommending like a big stack for traumatic brain injury. Excuse me. So I think I bought this. I got this from Double Wood, which is from Amazon. I got this, and it's an optional. It's like option. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what I take on a daily basis. So I haven't gotten to it yet, but turmeric curcumin is another one that I use. I use I think this is from Sprouts. The brand is Navitas Organics, and I just put maybe 5 grams in, along with the 33 grams from the creatine and the 500 milligrams from NAC in a cup. I put water in it, and I stir it, and I just straight up drink it all. I do that in the mornings, and at the same time I take lion's mane, which is about, I believe, 500 milligrams, one pill, and then I take one fish oil pill, which is 1,400 milligrams, and then I take ginkgo biloba, which is, I believe, how much is it? Like 125 milligrams, so it's small. And also ashwagandha. So that one is, where is it? Here. That one is 1,000 milligrams. So I take all that for like breakfast, and then you're supposed to take double of what I just mentioned in terms of pills throughout the day. So I take the first half of the stack of the pills in the morning for breakfast, and then I take the second half like around this hour. Right now it's almost 3 p.m. So I take the other half, which would be ginkgo biloba, ashwagandha, and lion's mane around this hour, the other half. And then, getting to the uridine monophosphate I take optionally in the afternoon, like late afternoon or nighttime, along with pine bark extract, along with lithium orotate, if I feel like I'm going to go out and be social. The stack that I mentioned before without uridine, pine bark extract, and lithium is good on its own. Like sometimes it lasts me all the way till the next morning. It's a really good stack. Like it's really effective, and that's probably why I've been having so many stomach issues. But on its own, I would recommend that to anyone that's having social issues related to, or even not related to, mental health conditions. Uridine, pine bark extract, and lithium orotate are the three optional nighttime nootropics that I usually have it like in a pill bottle, like, and then I take it with me wherever if I feel like I'm gonna be out all night or something. And uridine pine bark extract is also called, it's hard to say, but I don't even know if I'm saying this right. Pycnogenol. I got this from GNC. I think this is the only place that had it. Pycnogenol. It's from France, I believe. It's 100 milligrams. I take this, uridine, and lithium orotate, which is the last, which is the last nootropic I'm going to talk about. Lithium orotate 10, I was recommended from Wayland Brain Nutrition. This is 10 milligrams, so it's like, here are all three. And I mentioned the turmeric, but it's about 24 minutes already, so I'll mention my other available nootropics that I have, because I really only use like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7 nootropics daily, and 10 on like a long day, 11 on an even longer day, I guess. But it's really only 7 nootropics, and the only side effects I've had is jaw pain, which I don't know what that's related to, but I looked up on Reddit. Apparently it's like too much serotonin or too much dopamine or something like that. Don't know if that's the case, but I've had jaw pain right here. I just like touched this area right here, and it feels like kind of sore. I don't know what that is. I'll have to see my doctor for that if it continues, but I did tell my doctor I'm taking all these, and she was just kind of like, if it works for you, then like, why are you mentioning it? She was kind of like, well, they're just supplements. But I felt the need to tell her because of any side effects or anything that like could be mixed incorrectly, and she just didn't think that was like a problem for me. So I've had those side effects, jaw pain, and like stomach aches. This was like a month and a half after taking all 7 supplements at the same time for a month long duration, I started having like stomach pain. I started to drink more water. It kind of like flushed away some of the side effects, but at the same time, I felt like I even though most of the time that I take the supplements, the nootropics, I take it with food, and even so, I've had some stomach pain. So that's one of the reasons that I made these three optional, made L-theanine optional, especially because the alternative to L-theanine is green tea, which is more natural or whatever, and less likely to cause stomach pains, I believe. But anyway, those are my 7 main nootropics that I take, plus or minus 4, not 5. But on my next video, I'm gonna talk about all the rest of the nootropics that I have, why I haven't been taking them, and what I've felt from them. So thanks for tuning in, and I hope you all have a great day, and your experience with nootropics is a positive one. So thanks again.